But that's my home, says Gran. Look, lad, you can't just dig here. What's this letter?
Pat is sad.
Well done. Pat is sad. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Soraya, I'm a mother of two, and here on this channel I'm telling you all about how I'm teaching my 3-year-old to read. In last week's video I explained in details how to teach a very young toddler to blend and to hook up all of the letter sounds together to read words. So in today's video I want to talk about some of the resources that you can start using once your toddler is becoming really comfortable reading short words and is starting to read short sentences. So the first thing that I want to talk about is beginner books. And the reason why this is so important is that actually as soon as your toddler starts reading short sentences, you want to very quickly move on to beginner books because it's so much more motivating for them because they feel like they're finally reaching their goal of being able to read actual stories and books. And also it makes the lesson a little bit more fun and engaging, and you can just be a bit more relaxed, sit on the sofa, read books together, and so it's a really nice step when you get to that stage. So the first books I want to talk about are the Bob books. So I've purchased these off Amazon, and of course any products that I'm mentioning in this video is going to be in the description box below. But I really love these book sets. What's nice about them is that they are divided into stages. So you've got the pre-reader stage, stage 1, 2, and 3. So Emma right now is at stage 1. So we've got 2 little packs like these. We've got the set 1 beginning readers and we've got first stories. And what's really nice about these is that each of these packs contain 12 little books. So if I open it, it looks like this on the inside, and you can take out each little book like this. The books are organized by level of difficulty, which means that you should start with book 1 and finish with book 12. And what's really nice is that if you have both of these packs, book 1 in here corresponds to the same level as book 1 in here, and so on, which is really nice because if it's taking a little while for your toddler to become comfortable enough with one level and to move on to the next, you can still alternate between both books and both packs, and gives a bit more diversity. And also if your toddler is like mine and has a really good memory and tends to remember the stories and is starting to guess based on what she remembers the story to be instead of actually reading, then it's nice to have more than one so that you can alternate between both. So just to show you set 1, book 1, what it looks like on the inside. So it's nice because it's actually a whole little book, but it's a fairly short story, so your toddler can read all of it from beginning to end. So at this point, they're just using 3-letter words, and also they're reusing the same letters throughout the book so that your toddler feels really comfortable reading all of it, and it's really short sentences. And if I'm now showing you book 12, you can see that the story is a lot more complex. They're using a wider variety of letters. It's still 3-letter CVC words, but it's a little bit more difficult. The sentences are longer and they're using some side words like the. So it's a little bit more difficult, and I love how progressive this is because then it means that we can really make sure that Emma masters all the skills required to read one book before we move on to the next. So I love that there are so many different little levels and we can really follow the child's progression.
Mathad A.
Okay, mathade.
Mathade D.
No.
B. Bag.
Good job. What's amazing about these as well is that your toddler can easily read a whole book inside from the very first time, and so it feels so rewarding for them when they get to the end of that book and realize that they've read an entire book all by themselves. It's just an amazing feeling. So the next product I want to talk about is the Osborne My First Reading Library. And as you can see, it's a fairly big collection of books. There are 50 books in there. And again, it's by level. So you've got level 1, level 2, and level 3. And in level 1, which is the green level right here, it's also organized with numbers so that you can follow the order because it follows a progression. So we also really love these. This is a bit more pricey, but you get 50 books inside, and also it goes a long way because it includes all of the different levels. So if I take out the first book of the green collection, which is very first reading, you see that these books are amazing quality. The pictures inside are really nice, and it's a little bit different than the pop books. So the way it starts is that the parent reads this part, the text that's smaller and a bit more difficult, and the child reads this part, which is a short sentence with very short words, 2-letter or 3-letter words. Sometimes my daughter will not feel in the mood for a Bob book where she has to do all the work by herself, and when she doesn't feel like it, then we go on to this one because it feels really nice for her, because I'm doing half of the job, well, more than half of the job with this one, because as you can see, the text for the parent is much longer than the text for the child, and so she really feels like we're just having a nice relaxing time and reading a book together, and then every now and then she just has to read a little. So we love this. I only wish that the progression was a bit slower and that there were more of this number one very first reader collection. So if I show you now number 13, still this green collection, very first reader, but a more advanced level. This is what it looks like on the inside. So here you can see that there's nothing left for the parent to read, it's all for the toddler to read, and the sentences are a bit more complicated, and they also use diagraphs, so it's a fairly advanced level. So that's the only thing, is that I really wish that this collection had more of the very first reading books and that the progression was more slow, because as you can see, this is book number 12, and so if you think about it, going from number 1 to number 12 is going to take a fairly long time, going from reading a short simple sentence like "it is a man" all the way to reading something like "it's showtime, the seahorses race around the ring." That's a really big gap between both, so I wish that the progression was slower. But other than that, we love this collection, we love the idea, it's very nice, and the stories are lovely, and of course we know that we're going to be using them anyway, and we're going to be going through all of them, and my daughter absolutely loves these books. So now I'm moving on to other types of product, and something that I really wanted to talk about is this all card match and spell game. We love this. We use it all the time. My daughter loves board games, she loves puzzles, she loves card games, and so this really feels like a game to her. So when we are using it, she really doesn't feel like she's practicing spelling and working on her reading and spelling skills, which is just amazing because we can play this for a really long time and she won't get tired of it. So I'm just going to open it to show you how it looks. So I just have a habit of keeping all of my board games in Ziploc bags because this way I don't lose little pieces. So this is a good tip for you. So the game comes with these word cards, and you can see that they're very sturdy, good quality cards, and there's both sides to them. On the first side, the word is written, and on the other side, there's just little empty squares for each one of the letters. And the way you play, and then they, and then it comes with all of these little letter cards. And then it comes with all of these little letter cards. I do like that they have this orange line underneath the letters, because then your toddler knows which direction to read. For example, between U and N, it's easy to know which one it is. And we can play this for hours. Once again, it's really great. There's loads of words in there. Again, there's different levels of difficulty. So you can see we can move on to more complex, longer words like this one, or hand, this one. So we love it. Good job. What's the last letter in the word cat? Very good. Where's T? Good job. Can you put it? Well done. What did you write, Emma?
Cat.
Very good. Emma has joined me for what's left of this video. So the last two resources that I want to talk about are free online resources, and they are two YouTube channels. I normally don't believe in screen time for children. My children don't watch TV ever on a normal time, but as I'm recording this, there's a worldwide pandemic happening, and the truth is I work and I need to get some work done during the day, and sometimes I have team meetings on the phone and I just need a bit of quiet time, and so I've just had to be a bit more flexible with my rules. And so to feel a bit less guilty, I've looked for channels that are educational and that would help us in our journey of teaching Emma to read. And so these are two channels that I recommend if you feel comfortable using a screen with your child and letting them watch YouTube. So the first one, I've actually ended up buying the DVDs because when I'm in the other room on a Zoom meeting, I can't look at what Emma is doing and I can't check what she's scrolling and what she's clicking on. And so because of that, I've just preferred to buy the DVD so that I know that she's just watching this and she's not moving on to another video while I'm not watching. So, but these are all available completely for free on their YouTube channel, which is going to be linked in the description box below. So these are alpha blocks. And I love this because it's basically little characters that all correspond to the letters of the alphabet, and it goes from level 1 in red all the way to level 5 in blue. This color coded also is the same color code on YouTube. And so it teaches your child all the letter sounds, and then it teaches your child to blend. I honestly don't think that there's any app or toy or YouTube channel that's going to teach your child to read for you. But if you want them to be watching some of these videos while you're teaching them to read, that might just reinforce the knowledge that you're giving them and reinforce the lessons, and show them examples in a bit of a more fun way. The other one that I recommend is called Preschool Prep. And again, they have really good little videos. They also sell the DVDs, but these are in the US, so they're really expensive to import. But you can find all of their material on YouTube for free. And again, they're really, really great. They're great for blending, especially teaching your child beginning blends and ending blends. So we really enjoy them. That's it for today's video. I hope you found this content helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. I hope you have a lovely day.